Hey there, Wastelanders, it's Brother Mike, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to be talking about Cooper Howard and his newly found ghoul hole, and the implications that it might have for the next season. Now, before we get into the video, I just filmed a in-depth video about Cooper Howard's ghoul hole, just to learn that none of the audio was recorded for it. So, sorry we're back in the office today. I'll try and redo it sometime soon. I have the whole premise in here, but I still wanted to put out a video for you guys today. So let's get into Cooper Howard and his ghoul hole. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, in Season 2, Episode 5 of the Fallout show, Lucy gets hit with a tranq dart by Cooper Howard after he gives her up to Hank. In return, he gets access to his family. And she puts on a power fist and punches him out the window, and in almost, in my opinion, Looney Tunes-esque, it was pretty goofy. He fell on a big stake and was impaled. And realistically, if that happened to any other ghoul, they would have died, but he's main character. So he stayed there, alive, stuck, and he couldn't get to his medicine. And so he was slowly turning feral, and he was there for a whole night, impaled through his ghoul hole. He almost made it up, he almost made it out, and yet he didn't have the strength to do so. Until the Ron Perlman super mutant came in and slashed the pole in half, took Cooper Howard off of it, and there we saw Cooper Howard's ghoul hole in all of its might. But Ron Perlman's super mutant took something out of the lantern, something that maybe was helping Cooper stay alive. This glowing rock that we learn to know is uranium. And Ron Perlman shoves the uranium inside of Cooper Howard's ghoul hole, and it starts to help him heal himself. Now, this is not only pretty kind of sick, I say so myself. He gave him almost an Iron Man heart made out of uranium, which is constantly giving off radiation, which is something that ghouls live off of. Meaning that now Cooper probably doesn't need the medication that he takes to starve off the fertilization. Now, you hear me say medication, and that is because I believe that he is taking Alzheimer or dementia medication to keep his mind on that edge so he can remember everything, and he takes it regularly just like someone in real life would or pre-war would. And so after this, we don't see him ever reaching for it. We actually don't even see him doing any other drugs or alcohol after this. Now, give or take, after this, we don't see much of him, but there's still the question is, what is this uranium inside of Cooper Howard's ghoul hole going to do? And I think it potentially could make him into a glowing one. Yes. Or at least give him glowing one abilities. Potentially in the next season, we may see him use these abilities, and who knows, he may be trapped in an area with a bunch of dead ghouls, and they think that they've caught the ghoul Cooper Howard, and he lets out a scream. A burst of energy comes out of his chest, and all the feral ghouls start to get back up, and they fight at his will. That would kind of be sick if we got to see him use it potentially. Now, I don't know where they're going to go with this, because this is kind of huge. We could potentially see him turn into a glowing one. It seems that his ghoul hole is covering up nicely. I think he patched up his armor, because we don't really see it there anymore. But, I mean, that was a big hole in his chest. Like, is Bro going to be able to eat anymore? I mean, we know ghouls don't need to eat, but sometimes they like to. It's all over the place. But yeah, we could see a lot happen. We could even see him start to glow just like a glowing one does in the games. There's a lot, but yeah, I didn't know what they were going to do with Cooper Howard's ghoul hole, and I think that they solved it in the best way they could. They gave him Ron Perlman shoved uranium inside Cooper Howard's ghoul hole, and this could lead to him becoming a glowing one, or even access glowing one like abilities, like calling ghouls to him or raising ghouls from the dead. Who knows? Or maybe he could learn how to expel radiation like they do in the big blasts they do. I don't know. There's so much that they could do. Are we going to see the uranium change Cooper Howard somehow? Are we going to see him turn into a different, unique type of ghoul? There's a lot at play here, just like how we're seeing Thaddeus turn into a unique super mutant. I'm not saying centaur because that is not possible. And no, dog meat licking his foot once and then him taking the medication sometime after is not grounds for him to become a centaur, because it needs animal DNA. It needs animal and a person in a vat physically combining, not the DNA of it. I don't know why people want him to turn into a centaur so bad. He's turning into something else. And what that something else is probably something akin to Harold. We see around the area in which his arm falls, it's starting to turn all green. Who turns green? Super mutants. And we see that, just because we see that neck form, his neck Ussie, on Thaddeus's neck Ussie and Cooper Howard's Ghoul Hole will team up to save Vegas in the next season. And here is why. Because Mr. House will uncover all of the names on the Fisto files. He has access to the Fisto files now, because from the extras in Fallout Prime we learn that he can connect to all of his machines and such. And now with Cold Fusion he will be able to do that, and Fisto is also within the vicinity of New Vegas, meaning Mr. House can access not only Fisto's programming, meaning he could theoretically upgrade him or install him into other robots. You should do that with an Assaultron maybe, but he can also access who used Fisto's memory files and who used Fisto, meaning that somewhere out there in Mr. House's database, there are Fisto files, and I think we deserve to know everyone who used the Fisto files. And let me know what you think about that down below, please. But yes, besides that side tangent, I'm very excited to see what they do. This is unseen territory for us. We've seen glowing ones that aren't feral before, but we've never seen something like this. We've never seen a ghoul get inserted with uranium like this. We don't know what it could do. Could this potentially make him go feral faster? As we know, sometimes even more radiation can do the opposite effects of healing them, or at least when they're turning or so. I don't know. There's a lot to go off of here. And even, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he could start getting that kind of alpha ghoul vibes. In Dr. Barrows' terminals, we see that the glowing ones are kind of like the alphas of the pack. They go and find weaker ones, heal them up, and then they join them and they move in packs. And they follow the glowing one and they stay around the glowing one. So could we potentially see Cooper Howard have some sort of effects over feral ghouls? I don't know. I'm very excited to see. And I'm also very happy that when Lucy and the ghoul wanted to go around the ferals, none of the ferals came after Cooper Howard, because he's a ghoul also. So I'm happy that they got that right. We haven't really seen ferals and non-ferals intertwine with each other yet, but that's something that I really do want to see in the future. But let me know what you think down below. There's a lot going on. What do you think's happening to Cooper Howard? Do you think that he may potentially turn into a glowing one? Or could he maybe be turning into some type of unique ghoul that has mutations and such from all the radiation from within? But personally, I think they have a cool chance to give him glowing one abilities while not making him a glowing one, because after he's healed up, where's this excess radiation going to go? It's not just going to stay there. He's going to need a way to get it out. It'd be very cool to see the ghouls somehow get powers, and it also gives them another reason to keep him around in future games. Will this make him invulnerable? Will it make him almost bulletproof? We don't know. Will it make him heal super fast, basically making him invulnerable? The only way to get him would be to cut off his head, and even then, would he just grow back a new one? Probably not. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Sorry that we're in the office today. I'm so angry about it. I was just raging out about it for a little bit before I was like, oh, gotta film a video for you guys today. So yeah, I have a new big funny one I was gonna do with Cooper Howard and his Ghoul hole. My OBS said it was recording audio. When I took up the audio, there was nothing. So yeah, if you enjoyed today's video and you're new around here, why don't you consider subscribing and liking? It would help out a lot. And if you disagree with something I said, let me know down below. Let's debate about it. Let's talk about it. And if you want to talk to other Fallout-minded individuals, why don't you consider joining the Discord in my About? So, with all that being said, you don't forget, you are cared for, you are loved, and you stay safe out there, Wastelanders.